Thank you for joining us for another episode of Vine Panther Presents. We're doing the Lifetime movie. I know I said I wouldn't, but I'm warming up to the idea as we do Mary J. Blige's Presents Be Happy. It's based on her song, I guess, because it was in it a couple of times. So I'm assuming that's anyway. We're gonna talk about this love story, redemption of a relationship. I guess, what does the future look like? What does trust and honesty mean? We're getting to all those things, and love for art. The love of art is a very big thing. So anyway, we'll get to that kind of stuff. Did you watch the movie? Did you like the movie? I don't think it's gonna be a part 2 or nothing. But anyway, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video and comment on the video, share the video. We're gonna do the intro, get the team in here and see what they thought. All right, let's do it. Wait, I got to do it now. Wait. This is gonna be funny. Wait. You ready? I got to do it.
This is awesome. This is amazing. I love it.
It was psychological. It was emotional.
Extremely entertaining.
But as always, as we try to say here, as we said, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. And as we talk about this video, please like on the video and comment on the video, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. All righty. This was a recommendation. Jamani, you recommended that we do this movie, correct? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, correct.
And then also Mark Satkins, I think, also suggested that we do this movie. And I was Lifetime. I was like, nah, don't do Lifetime. But I'm warming up. I'm warming up to the idea. But Kim, please. Well, what did you think of the movie, please?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought that this was the best acting that Tisha Campbell's done in a long time, very long time. So I thought she did a very good job. I mean, everybody's acting was good, but hers especially was really, really good. So I enjoyed it. I can relate to everything that was in the movie. Totally. Yeah. So I recommend people watch it because it was entertaining, I thought. Yeah.
All right. So Valerie's decision-making process, her journey of self-discovery of sorts.
Yeah.
And ultimately deciding that let's try it again with Russell, or continue with going, trying again implies that they broke up at some point. So it and then Peter comes in and provides necessary loving.
Absolutely.
I guess. All right. So you go to all that. All right. Jamani, did you like what you think of the movie? Positives?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I'm a big fan of Tisha Campbell. I don't think she's done anything bad. Yeah. Actually named the cat of mine after her. But yeah, the movie was fantastic. As a person that's been in one of those in a very long-term relationship like this was, it really spoke to me. Not necessarily the whole infidelity type of stuff or whatever, but just the whole being together and not being able to, I guess, like communicate or whatever, having communication issues and stuff like that, whatever. I guess because you're too used to each other and stuff like that. Yeah. So I thought it was very realistic. Way better than that relationship goals trash we did a couple weeks back, because both of these movies came out the same week, first week of February, and this was just 1,000 times better.
I will agree with you on that. I'll also say this movie was better than Finding Joy, which I thought was Tyler Perry, standard trash. Watching it now, I may chime in if I see something interesting to put in the chat. Hello everybody, I enjoyed it. Exclamation points. Appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I've seen Gina in a few things. She's kind of become America's go-to, comedy mom, type of for decades, really at this point. So she's still in that mother realm. But to see her kind of go through a personal journey of who am I, really, like she, the idea that she met her husband in college, senior year, she gets pregnant, she decides to not finish school to focus on family. Russell gives her the opportunity to be a mother to 2 children. So she had to put her art desires to the side. Now that their son has decided he's gone off to college, now it's just those two. Who am I now? Which is a common thing. I hear a lot of that with married couples, especially with children, right? Like it becomes about the kids, and then who are we after the kids are gone, right? Like I don't know how to relate to you, which is a different conversation than what we were having. Like it was to this one, it seemed like it was sex. At least 3 or 4 times, very consistently, it was we're not having sex. Okay. Val has not seen the penis in 3 years and some change, and she's counting. Okay. And she tells her friends, she tells Peter, and he's like, I got a penis. And she's like, I'll take that. And then yeah, their relationship ensues. Or something. So what's up?
Yeah, I'm like you were saying, like she was like the go-to we call it like sitcom mom or whatever.
Oh,
like
yeah.
she also did. I heard her do an interview about this, and she was saying like, you know, this is people were saying like this is her first dramatic role or whatever. But I gotta disagree. She did a movie in like '97 called Sprung or whatever that I really liked or whatever, and it was like a rom-com, like kind of like this was more or less the same plot, because the person she was dating was a photographer in that movie too.
Oh, well, maybe she has a thing for photographers. That's the thing. I mean, they're kind of fancy, free, people. But Kim, but you agreed with the whole like. So give me a detail. Like
For me, it wasn't all about sex. Sex was what she was saying, but it's more about intimacy. It's more about touching her, wanting to cuddle with her, wanting to express how much he loves her. He wasn't doing any of that.
Hold on.
Why are you shaking your head?
Because the first scene in the movie was, hey, what y'all do for y'all anniversary? And she said he upgraded the cable package, which I don't think you need to do to see a marathon of unsolved
So
mysteries.
you don't see that sex and intimacy the same thing?
You know, she said, yeah, we watched Unsolved Mysteries on the couch all night together, whatever. I'm like, is that not intimacy or whatever? If it's not based on just the sex?
Kim.
You think sitting on a couch watching a show is intimacy? That seriously. That's intimacy to you. So
you said aside from sex.
Jamani, let her finish.
I don't know. For me, intimacy is not that. Okay, them sitting on the couch. Now, how were they sitting on the couch? Was she on the couch next to him, or was she on the other side laying down enjoying the show? Were they touching each other as they're watching the show, or were they distanced from each other? The intimacy is that. Like, you can watch a show and you can be cuddled up with someone. That is intimacy. If he's not doing any of that, he's just watching the show like he's watching sports, that there's a piece missing. He's not shown when she came down in the lingerie and she's like, look at me, like she looked beautiful. And this man was like, oh, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that, I'm working on the car. It was like he just shut her down completely. That is showing that he's not interested in her in that way. He doesn't want to touch her. He doesn't want to fuck her. He doesn't want to do anything. He just wants her to cook and clean and make sure that what he needs is available to him when he needs it. That's not intimacy. That's what happens in older marriages. They've been married 27 years. This man hasn't had intimacy or sex with this woman in 3+ years. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. That is why she did what she did.
See, and okay, 3 years is a long time. I see Miss Pat is on a roll. She's in this movie and Joe's College Road Trip. I don't know which one Miss Pat is.
That's the Tyler Perry movie.
She was one of the heavier set woman with the brown skin. She's a comedian.
Was Kim, the one who was always talking about sex.
Yeah.
The one the husband was cheating on or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, she's a Tyler Perry character. Her mannerisms screamed Tyler Perry character to me. So that
well, she has her own show too on BET.
So I said, but I was like, But anyway, it's interesting to see Tisha Campbell playing a wife. This is you're being funny, right? Since my
Yeah,
wife
because
and
Tisha Campbell is the wife, right?
she's the go. I'm like, I'm not sure
She's
she's
the
the
wife.
go-to wife.
Yeah.
Her and Pam and Gina have adopted that role. And
And she had a TV series with oh gosh, with Kim Whitley, and I can't remember the other lady's name, but that was
that was
remember
not.
that?
I
Yeah,
tried.
yeah. I didn't like her acting in that. She was a mom. They were all moms,
Yeah,
but they were living together as older
yeah,
women. I thought the concept was really good, right?
yeah.
But I
But
did not like the
execution.
acting. It was like overacting
Yeah,
on her part,
yeah.
and I was like, why is she
All,
doing that? Like,
all
She wasn't a mom in that one.
she what? Anyway,
She
that's
wasn't.
another review. Anyway, let's focus on Valerie. Okay, now Kim,
yeah,
I hear you,
okay,
and I'm trying to be like what they showed, and then what she said to Russell are not the same things. Okay,
okay,
it was a sex thing, which is what she told her friends.
mhm,
This is repeated when she's talking to Peter. It wasn't he doesn't talk to me. They wanted to show you to the point of like not being there, right? That like he doesn't want to have sex with me, and then he doesn't want to do the art stuff with. She's an artist. She wanted to go to an art show. That is very specific. Like she like go somewhere with me. And he's like, no, I can't. And let's go to therapy, right? Like she's trying to work it out, right? And he's like, no, I can't. And he's shutting down, right? And I get that. But the intimacy part would have been if they showed them watching a movie. To your point, right? He's over there, she's over here, she's trying to touch him, she's trying to do something. He's like, nah, 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 nah. I'm too busy working. Like, I gotta be at work. Like, that would have been a different story. But she was very specific that I am not getting that dick, and it made her feel bad. And that's what her friends were talking about. And then they give you all of this like a Lifetime movie to justify this woman cheating on her husband, then trying to divorce him, not telling him any of this shit. And then at the end of the movie, when he's on his knees, being like, I am sorry. He's not making excuses. I am sorry. I'm trying. Tell me what I can do to make this better. And this bullshit about find your way back to me. Then 3 months later, she is still in Louisiana, which means she's moved there. She has moved to Louisiana, and he doesn't even notice this shit. Like, no, 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 no. And she don't even come clean about I stepped out. Like,
That
no, like,
part.
oh, just tell this man that when we
oh,
were
like so many
No,
men, when they cheat, they go ahead and say, you know what, I cheated last night. Oh, I've been cheating for the last 3 months. Men never tell you. You know what happens? Men get caught.
oh, all
Women
right.
usually don't get caught. Men get caught, and that's why they have to fess up. Okay, so
Okay.
that's what she didn't have to tell him diddly squat. They were
That's true.
separated.
They were
They
not.
When
got
They were
separate.
not separated. They were not separated. No, she left, and that's
Not,
not the same thing. Her daughter tells
how
the
is that
story.
not the same thing? How is that the
that's
same
not.
thing?
That is not the same thing. I'm going to see our daughter while she's having a baby. It's not the same as we're separated. That is not the same thing. No, no, no. And all the time that her brother-in-law is looking through divorce papers, not once do you get, hey, mama's trying to divorce you, dad. Hey, dad, you might want to call mom because she's going through some shit. Because I'm seeing her coming in like she getting that dick. Something. Like even the daughter's trifling. But even the daughter was like, she was separated from her husband. She tells the story that her and her husband were separated. That's a different situation. But even she didn't even have sex with her ex-boyfriend. I thought that baby should have been the ex-boyfriend's. Just to so this story would matter. Like I was kind of hoping to be like, and he accepts the fact that I had a baby with somebody else. I was like, no, he wouldn't. No, I can't. I'm not. No. She cheated on her husband. Period. She made no effort to confess to it or say she felt bad for it. Okay. No. Okay. And now all of a sudden and when she figures out that Peter is what he says he was, he's a free spirit. I'm banging you now, and I banged 2 women before you. I'm banging 3 more after that. All of a sudden, she's like, "Oh, wait a minute, maybe, maybe this ain't real love." Like what? Like, is she mad at him? I was like, "Stop it!" Like, and the art thing. I'm sorry, the art thing never even came back up. what made me so mad is that the art thing never came back up. He should have been like, I'm moving here with you. To me, I'm moving here with you, Louisiana. You have a job. She has a job now. Like, that's not even acknowledged. That's not even acknowledged. Like, she has a career now, and she doesn't want to let that go. Why was that not part of the storyline? I don't get that. Nice artwork in this movie. It's not, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure that's real art.
Yeah, it's beautiful art. That was some beautiful, beautiful art. I loved it. All the pieces. Yeah.
Charles 2.0. I thought about Charles 2.0 until he got that refrigerator fixed. I'm like, Charles never got that refrigerator fixed, so I can't go that far. But he is better. Like, he's like, I fix stuff. Lifetime gives you a reason to be like, it's okay, and it's not. It's not to me. With that. But Peter,
I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was good. Lifetime is the We Hate Men channel anyway. So I don't know why you guys were expecting something completely different. That is the channel to go to if you want to see women hating on men. And I mean, it happens every love story.
Yeah.
So it's not really a big deal. I saw the movie differently. I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed every part of the movie. And I still to this day do not feel that she needed to say exactly, Tyson. She didn't need to say anything to her husband about sleeping with this guy because most men do this and don't say a daggone word till they get caught. She ain't get caught. More power to you, sweetheart. She got her rocks off. She has a career now. He needs to either adjust to that or they need to get an actual divorce. Period. They didn't show any of that because the movie wasn't long enough. So
again, we always talk about this. It's not the length; it's what you do with the time that you have.
They didn't use their time wisely because there was a lot of scenes that we did not need that they showed. It was a lot of the women being with women, which I didn't mind that, but I thought that it was like it was taking up time from her story. Do you know what I'm saying? Like her friends they should be there for her, right? I understand that, but I think that maybe they could have taken that time and brought it to the end of the story and then showed, a year later they got a divorce, or a year later he moved to Louisiana because he did actually retire. So now he lives in the same city and state with his grandchild, and that makes it even better. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought they could have added that because that was the whole thing. That was the event, was to having the baby.
So it's interesting that like all of that could have been summed up in the unnecessary scene of him. He retires, right? He said he's the flowers, right? We don't need you going to a Mary J. Blige concert. Like, we need you saying, I'm moving here because obviously you moved here. It's been 4 months. You have not come back home. He doesn't even know she runs the art dealership. Like that's her job. Like you said, that's her career now. Like, how about you finish go back to college, finish your degree. Like, you run the studio. Now you get to believe, and I'll be the house parent. Again, I can help with the grandchild or something, right? Like, that wraps that up. And he's like, let's go to an art studio. She just wanted him to go to an art something. That's all she wanted at the first part of the movie. Could you go see this display with me? That's all she asked for. And he was like, nah, I can't. Blah, blah, blah.
I think it was more so she wanted him to do that, but it was like because it was something.
Oh, you made it.
I think it was also too. She wanted him to come and see something she loves, like she likes to do and likes to be invested in. But he was like, "Nah, you go ahead," because he really didn't want to go. Which a lot of men don't want to do what you want to do, but they do it because everybody has to sacrifice something. When you're married, it's a compromise.
Yeah.
I told my sons about compromise because they were all like, I don't want to go with her to get her nails done. I don't want to do it. It's like, look, it's a compromise. Like, they go with you to do stuff that they don't want to do, like car shows and all this nonsense. You have to sometimes compromise and say, sure, we can go see like ice skating or something. I'm just making up stuff, but you know what I'm saying? Like, they have to accommodate what their wives are interested in also. It's not fair that it's always about what they like. Or they don't go at all, right? So I felt like that's what she wanted to do. She wanted him to just come and enjoy something that she was interested in. and he didn't want to do it. Kind of was like, no,
Well,
want
we'll
to.
see. Well, again, I think that's it was more specific to the art because she is an art. Again, she's an artist.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah, yeah,
drove her, right?
yeah.
So it was, and then she could have said that, like again, but even in the end, if he was like, "Hey, girl, look, there's a local art show, African American art that I think you would love," that would tie that together. Like, I recognize you. I know what your heart is at, and I unlike the beginning of the movie. Let's
Or you could have bought her a piece of art.
And he could. I mean, he could have,
Yeah,
but he didn't even go into the. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Because I saw he came up behind her in the studio and he sees her picture. Right?
a beautiful pic. Oh my gosh, that was a beautiful picture.
Who took that picture? By the way, she was topless when she took that picture. I remember that's the she was topless and he put that thing on her. Now all of a sudden she's wearing a dress. But who took the picture? Like, he's still not putting two to two together and be like, oh, there's this artist named Peter, like that. I thought this was gonna be a love triangle story of like Peter's there, she's there, and she has to decide, right? It's like, is it the love, the fancy roller coaster, or is it the go-to relationship, right? I did like her daughter's analogy of like, affairs again are kind of like amusement parks, right? But you can't live at an amusement park. Like, at some point you got to
Right.
go home and get like
Absolutely.
I really like that, you know what I'm saying? And then I
Yeah,
thought,
because for her, I think what happens is like when you get that excitement back when someone notices you, and you get excited like the way you were excited before, right? Like when you met your husband or you met other people, you get excited and you're like, he sees me, he noticed me, he's calling me beautiful and all these things. But you have to remember, this is just a jump off. This is just
yeah,
it's not a love affair, right?
yeah, so,
It's you know what I'm saying? And I think that she took it she took it in the wrong way. She
yeah,
took it like he wanted to have a relationship with her.
yeah,
And he was like, no, like I'm still gonna be what I am, which is a free spirit, and I'm gonna sleep with whoever I want to. And he told her that from the very beginning that he was a free spirit. So I'm not sure why she didn't believe him. Do you
right,
not believe what he was saying? Oh, I do like Gabby
uh,
Sidibe directed this movie, and she did a good job. I thought.
yeah.
I thought she did. She did a good job. But like you said, they needed to end this in a better way. I think that was the weakest part. I would say is the weakest part.
So I thought with her speech of I'm a new person now, right? Like, I want to do new things. I
Hmm.
thought she was gonna go on her own. I thought she was gonna be like, I don't need Peter. I don't need a man or relationship to define who I am. Like, I'm a work in this art dealership. You know what I'm saying? And I need to see what that is. Who am I outside of this? Being a mom and being a mother, and being a wife. You know what I'm saying? And I thought they were gonna go that direction, right? So there's like, it is
That would have
something
been
new.
a good direction too. That's
Right.
that right there because she's finding herself again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need time. I need time after all this and I thought that they were gonna do something like that, but just to end up with like, oh, husband, and then even his hold up. Blige,
Tyson.
hold on,
I'm sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
hold on. So like, even to bring it back, because I was like, how are they all of a sudden having sex again? And then it's like, oh no, he took some Viagra and they just kept it moving. So that's not even a part of the discussion of like, for 3 years, like, you've been having erectile issues and like, yeah.
But you didn't say anything. That's
Oh
weird. What happened?
no. Oh. Uh, 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 sorry, okay. So yes. So just um, I do feel. Wait a minute, great. It was a beautiful like letter to New Orleans. Like, it was a lot of great. Like, it looked like they actually went there. So I'm assuming they actually went around and walked around with New Orleans and did some stuff like that. So hold on, wait, sorry. So I was like, so I thought that was a thing. I like that. I like the city being a character, as they say. So I thought that was good. Um, it was it was the landing, right? Like, I thought we were building to Shimu. Peter and Russell should have acknowledged each other, right? At some point, I need that. And then for even if Russell, remember when Russell was typing, like he was texting someone, right? I thought he was cheating. That's what I thought. Like I thought, oh, like and that's because usually that's what husband not paying attention, da 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 da. No, this is a faithful man trying to be good, a good husband, roof over the head, food on the table, helping raising 2 kids. You got a husband, and then for the friend to be like, when I grew up, again, as long as your husband wasn't beating on you or was in jail, then like you have a good husband. And they're like, no, like she's in a bad situation. You got a good man providing, apparently hasn't cheated on you or nothing. He's having some erectile issues. He didn't want to open up, but I thought, again, I'm sorry, like let me open up. Let me tell you what's going on with me. And then we can go to counseling. We can work this out. I thought, something like that. Or again, she's like, I'm gonna do my own thing. But to the comment of this is like waiting to excel. You know what? I give you that because when we reviewed that movie, I told y'all 3 of those 4 women cheated. 3 of them slept with married men, and somehow we're just supposed to let that shit go. And I didn't let it go. But they don't villainize those women for that. But they did it. So anyway, I'll have to catch up. I saw Mary J. Blige perform New Orleans several times. Well, yeah. So it's interesting you bring that up because it was too many Mary J. Blige references. Like I was a little bit like, this is too much. Like
okay, so they do the same thing with Toni Braxton has the same thing where her songs are being made into movies.
Yeah.
And so what they'll do is they'll have either her say the name of her song in the show,
yeah,
or they'll play it at the end. They'll play, like I'll Never Fall in Love Again, all the little songs she has. So this one, I feel like it was a little bit heavy-handed with Mary songs and references because they don't do that with Toni Braxton. They literally, like I said, twice maybe they'll do that. But I like the concept of what they're doing, though. I do like that they're taking. It's kind of what Irv Gotti did with Tales. Remember that show about?
Okay.
Oh, it's really good though. It's a very good series and it was a good idea to make like short movies, like 30 minutes movies about a song. Like Bonnie and Clyde, like with Beyonce and Jay-Z, their song. They did it like the Tales was they did like a
anthology series,
an episode, right?
Every episode is his own thing, and it
yes, yeah, okay, and it's really good. It was very ingenious. I thought Irv Gotti coming up with that really good.
Tisha gets her groove on. It's funny you should bring that. I think Stella got her groove back, is what I was thinking. I thought it was going to be that story. They focused on them taking the son to college, and I thought I had to remember Kyle Pfeiffer is the love interest, so he's not the younger guy. Like I thought she was going to run to a younger guy, and then like that didn't happen. So I was like, oh, my fault. So Mekhi Pfeiffer, I mean, he's aged too. Like he has a belly. Like I couldn't not see the belly that he has, and I bring that up because she's acting like he's the younger model compared to Russell, who did not have a stomach, who like looked like he was in shape and stuff. And when she's talking to her friends about how the sex lasted, all night, and he didn't need Viagra and some other shit, and I'm like, so again, this really ultimately is ultimately goes into sex. I'm like, Russell looks far better than Mekhi Pfeiffer. Mekhi Pfeiffer was smooth though. Mekhi Pfeiffer had a belly.
Mekhi Pfeiffer is sexy, and Mekhi Pfeiffer's voice is sexy. Yeah. Everything. Mekhi Pfeiffer has always exuded sex appeal, whether he's skinny or whether he's gained normal, older weight.
Yes.
That man, when he talks to you and he looks at you, it's sex. I'm sorry, the husband, he's handsome, but no, he's not. He doesn't exude sexy or sex appeal to me.
No. And again, whether it's
swag. That's right. Yeah.
So whether it's this role or even BMF, it's like Charles. He has this like country bumpkin thing going on, and he brought it to both roles. I felt like I was watching BMF, and I was just like, but instead of Lucy is Valerie. Like I was like, and it's like kind of awkward. I'm doing best I can with what I got, type of thing. And then Mekhi, like he comes with a very different energy, right? So that's okay. But I've never saw a movie where a man is like, when's the last time you had sex? That's one thing, but to be like, what position and and did it satisfy you? I was like, what? like that. I'm like, but somehow
But
again,
there are men but there are men that are confident in themselves to even ask a question like that. Because when a man asks you that question, I know in my experience, it's because they want to satisfy you.
of course,
They are good in the bedroom and they're like basically trying to ask you, what did you have previously? And this is what I'm about to give you. And it's like, okay. No.
again, I'm okay. I guess again, if she was saying if Russell died recently, and again, and she's more like, I need to move on. I would have took all of this better. And she's like, look, after 30 years, I just can't move on, But Peter comes in, and even she thinks it's going somewhere, but ultimately he's like, nah, baby, I'm a free spirit. Like I move around. I just would have took that better. My whole time, I'm like, you got a man, like a good man who's really. I mean, he that's not okay. And it's that was the only thing holding me back from this love story. When she's
But
on the
even her having a good man, he's not good at everything. Okay, because he pays the bills and because he was a great dad, he's not a great husband. He's just not. And she asked him, work on this with me. I want to be with you.
yeah,
I want to know what's going on with us, what's
yes,
happening. And he said a typical thing that a lot of black males say to their wife, I'm not going to a therapist because
yeah.
I'm not crazy. And it's
It's a stigma.
black
It's a
men
stigma.
have just decided in the last couple of years that going to therapy is okay because they a lot of times black men did not want to do that because the stigmatism, I mean, not the stigmatism, you know what I'm saying.
Well, no, syncretism is correct because
Yeah.
also black people in general, it's a lot of that's a white people, and I was waiting. I was waiting because there was a whole lot of like pro black white people and shit type going on. I was waiting for them to be like, girl, that's what white people do. White people go to therapy. So it's interesting that even the women were like, hey, let's try a couples counseling. I was surprised that she was going. But again, when he's on his knees and he's like, I'm ready to go to counseling. I'm ready to go to therapy. Like I'm like, I'm sorry, right? Like I thought she would be like, let's work on it. The fact that he's like that and she still just walked away from him, I'm like, well, then you're done. So then you're done with this relationship, and that's okay.
No, I think what it is that because someone comes to you and apologizes and said, I'll do everything that you asked me to do after you've been asking them for months to do these two things that were very simple that he could have done, she had to give herself some time. There's nothing wrong with that. Just like if it was the shoe was on the other foot, if he told her, I'm not ready right now, give me some time, it would have been just fine. It's not she. What was she supposed to jump and be like, oh, he's gonna change because he apologized? You have to show me that you are invested in this marriage and that you really have changed and that you really want to do this and you're not saying this to get me back home and then in a month you decide you don't want to do any of these things that you said that you would do. So she had the right to do it that way, just like it was vice versa. He could have done her that way.
Makai and
They did have good chemistry, yeah.
I mean,
But they know each other forever. So
I felt like she was pulling from her real life marriage with her ex-husband.
yeah, that's a little different though.
Well, even but again, ex-husband, right? Like at some point she was like, this ain't it, right? And that again, that scene just kind of screamed like we're done. And whether she flew off to Paris or not, again, I need to be me, right? And I would take that far better. I would take that far better. You don't have to acknowledge the other guy, whatever. But again, for them to make Russell so like inept, like again, my wife goes for a month and I don't check on her, how she doing, what's happening. She doesn't know that her brother-in-law moved into our house and like he's getting a divorce. We see none of this. Like again, to be like, we're not even seeing his side of what is he thinking as she's out there living a new life. What is he thinking? And like, oh, brother moves in, my wife and I getting a divorce. What, bruh? Because that was the thing to make him go, I'm not trying to lose my wife. Like, I'm not trying to be there. So he comes to Louisiana and he's trying, right? Like, it would have been, it's a Lifetime movie. I get that. So it's like, it's the woman's story. We're seeing it from the woman's point of view. And I hear you. And I'm like, I get it. And I was like, she's gonna cheat, and they're gonna act like this is okay. I was like, David, you gotta be ready for it. And I was like, I get you, I hear you. But again, like the daughter was an interesting angle. I just like this. Oh, Sky Black as a husband, not a stripper. It was interesting to see Amp not a stripper. I was like, okay, he has range. And I thought that was cool. So it was good
Well,
to see him.
Amp has been actually that actor has been in a lot of like kind of comedy. I mean, I would say romantic movies and things. I
Yeah.
mean, he's done a lot of that, and he's actually always been good as far as the movies that I've seen him in. Um, Amp is just a whole different character, right? But he's been a husband. He's been a boyfriend. He's been a crazy boyfriend. I think he was on Tubi with that one. Where he
we
was
saw
bonkers.
that, like the neighbor next door, like that wild dude. Like we saw that, and then him being it was a BT movie we watched.
Wasn't he a cop? He was a cop.
Yeah,
in that
right. He
one.
was a cop in that one, and I was like, so,
Yeah.
so we see him in different things, but it was overall the characters seemed realistic. Even the girlfriends, I liked the girlfriend thing because you saw the range of support, right? Like you had,
And they were all different, and that's healthy. You have to have different girlfriends because you need different points of view. Because if they
Right.
all agree, then you're like, you're not helping me. Yeah.
Right. Like if one girl's like, work it out, like this is not
Yeah.
okay for a husband, and the other one's like, go get that dick. And it's good to be like, but again, so that being said, I wanted the scene of her calling her girlfriends to be like, Russell came. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it was Viagra because it was asked, can he just not get it up? But she's like, nah, he just don't want me. But it'd be like, you got the sex back on board. I'm an artist now. Like, it would have been nice just to see like the girls kind of see that, we're gonna make it work, right? Like, or something. Like, I think it would have been nice to kind of bring them back to kind of wrap that up. The last thing they heard,
but also too, for me, their communication was completely off. Because after 3 years, you haven't told your wife that you're having that issue. 3 years, and that's crazy. And making her feel like she's dirty or something instead of just saying, "Look, I can't do what I can't get it up anymore," and going to get some help. And that's another thing too. That's an older person mindset too. Like women don't need to know those kind of things, and I don't want to talk. Men don't want to talk about it because it's based on their pride, right?
Yeah.
All you have to do is just tell her what's going on, and she's there to help you.
Yeah, so thank you, man. Yeah, her taking a job in New Orleans without her husband knowing was a bit far-fetched. Yes, absolutely. Like I'm working now. I got my own money. Like what word? And like he never even interacts with the guy who runs the place. And then I thought that was gonna be her love interest until I saw that hat, and I was like, he goes a different direction. So some new man needs to come into the situation, and therefore Pete also. Far-fetched is when his two ex-lovers show up at the art event.
That was weird. I thought that was unnecessary, and it was just, why did you throw that in there? I don't. First off, I don't care about them kissing and all that stuff, but I thought it was just unnecessary to like push his narrative further. You know what I mean? Like he can be a free spirit by just saying I'm a free spirit. We don't need to know that you used to date two women at the same time and now they're dating each other. Why did we need this information?
It was even the kiss was too much. Like nobody would do that shit in real life. Like I mean, like not like that. And what I thought, I think when Terry and I was watching it, I was like, it would have been funny if that Asian dude was his other lover. Like, how far is she okay with his free spirit to be like, oh yeah, I can date all three of them because I'm just an artist and like we don't have lines, and like that would have been awesome. It'd be like, and to make it more modern, you know what I'm saying, for that sense. But yeah, I was like, this.
And then also, if she's an art major, she knows that people who are creative like that are kind of flaky. I'm not insulting people. I have creative people in my family, but they are a little bit kind of free. That's how they do what they do, right?
Yes, it's all part of the process. It's all part of the process, right?
Exactly. So I was kind of like, because she wanted the affection and the intimacy so bad, and he gave it to her, she latched onto him like, this is my new man. No, sweetheart, this is a what is it? A roll in the hay. Like.
Well, a couple of them apparently, but like, so it's not paint, it's a camera. So that was the Mia Culpa moment. He's like, are you comfortable with me? are you comfortable with me? And she's like, yes. I was like, okay, so we get into this, right? And again, I'm like, you are a topless lady. So I'm like, so that photo, I also, if she's looking at his work, you mean to tell me she's the first woman that he slept with and took photos of? She is not. She should have looked around and saw like other women and been like, oh, in fact, he should have saw those two women in the picture and been like, oh, you like you photographed them together. I was like, yeah. You know, they were my former muses or whatever. Now the scene makes sense when you see them together, and it's like, oh, yeah, we used to date. Like, oh shit, like it ties it together. But I was like, she had it in her head, like she's special. She's the first woman he's taking pictures of and fell in love with. And then why?
Well, I don't think it's that, because the pictures in the gallery were of women with no clothes on. So,
but they were not like one almost one like it was not the same type of thing. Like I felt like I did feel it, to me, I felt like it was a very more sensual photo, like her photo compared to some of those other women. Like it seemed
but they
more.
didn't show the other women like that. I mean, it was like a heavy. I know the one artwork they showed, it was a heavier set woman, but they only showed her naked back. But you knew she was naked because she didn't have like a bra strap or anything. So that is his art. His art
Yes,
is naked women. So
have
I
women.
think
Well,
she knew that part. But I think that the picture he took her with, they were more sensual and more sexy because he's trying to sleep with her. So he's trying to open her up, right, to her
if you will,
sexuality.
if
So
you
it's
will.
going to be different. Yeah, it's going to be different.
She wasn't the first. I just like she was clear. I'm sure not the first. I put money on that he's taking pictures of past
Oh, of
love.
course. Well, yeah, and I think she knew that, but I think that she was in the moment,
Well,
in
I'm
that
saying
moment. Yeah.
at the art dealership again when she thought this was going somewhere, and I'm saying that kind of like she got, and then I'm like, why would you even take her to this event if she's just a friend? You know what I'm saying? Like, and because then it made her. That's when it started to click. Like, oh, I'm just you're just what you are married, as he told her. Like, you are married grandmother. What do you think we're doing right now? Like, how stupid would I look presenting somebody else's wife as my girlfriend? Yeah, that's why I told her. I never found out that Val ever cheated on with Peter. Nope. Apparently that's not necessary. Miss Pat played Val's sister. Oh, that was her sister. I thought it was one of her girlfriends. They had a message about white art collectors and black. Yeah, I'm like, just I'm like, God damn it. Like, can we,
I
I mean, but
actually didn't. I didn't pay attention to
oh,
that.
oh yeah. When they were at dinner, he said, they're both discussing why, for some reason, white people want black art and it's exploitive. And he said that he charges them a reparations fee, or some shit.
Okay. I
And
didn't pay
then,
attention. Mm.
and then even when she was when we first see her, when she went to the art show by herself, right? And she's talking about what the art meant to her and that kind of thing. And you just see two white people just staring at her like, what are we doing all this? And I'm like, there's a reason why they're
Well,
white.
because she was standing there and she was talking out loud, like she was talking to someone. I would have been standing behind her too. Like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yes,
Because she was like just talking, David. She was literally
yes,
giving like a synopsis
yes,
of this painting. But
yes.
who are you talking to?
Yes. But my point, we should have had a scene with her doing that with Peter. Like, if you were like, if Russ was here, I wouldn't even be with you. But like, this is what I want. I need someone who will walk around and see art with me, and like I can discuss it, and they know something, or at least they're willing to listen or something. And then for her to be like, I'm tired. I spent 30 years being a housewife, feeding people. My husband don't. To your point, they made a perfect Tyler Perry-esque scene of, she's trying to make pancakes. He's like, baby, I don't eat pancakes. I'm gonna get a breakfast sandwich. Like he don't appreciate her. Like, they're trying to give you that image, right? But then she goes to New Orleans and her daughter ain't no better. She's sitting up there still cooking, still trying to cook and clean for them. And then and not too much later, they're like, why is she what is she doing? Like, she still hasn't gone out. It took that for her to get out and be like, let me see New Orleans and let me express, fine art and that sort of thing. But who is she staying with 3 months later? And she's still in New Orleans. Is she still living with her daughter?
She could. Why would that be so bad?
No. 3 months, you're not visiting. Like, you are living. And again, I'm like, you
Yeah,
got a
but
husband.
it's. I mean, some people get along with their in-laws enough where she could live there if she wanted to. I mean, and she's there. Guess what? That's help for them with the baby.
But remember, they were
Guilty.
talking shit about her early in the movie. She only been there for a
Well,
couple
anyway,
weeks.
yeah, of course, you do talk shit about your parents staying with you, but it doesn't mean that you don't need them to help you with a newborn baby because it's hard. Like,
So and again, that would have been like, hey, dad, like again, maybe dad can. It just seemed like if you're clearly she's not leaving. Clearly she got this job. She's staying for the long haul. I got an apartment, or hey, I'm selling the house. No flower. I'm selling the house. We're gonna move
no,
here.
well, that would have been a discussion because that okay, I get what you're saying. They really didn't end this well. They should
Okay,
have
all right.
done like a year later, like 1 year later. He either they're together or they're not together.
Yeah, yeah,
He is still in the house and she has an apartment in New Orleans, living her life, right? And maybe once in a while she passes and she sees Peter. She passes the gallery and sees Peter, and she keeps going, and she still has the job with the young man with all the different hats, right? I mean,
yeah,
it could
yeah,
be that, right? But they
yeah,
didn't end it that way. They kind of
yeah.
left you on a cliffhanger, which I'm telling you, Lifetime does that. That is a typical
Well,
Lifetime movie.
no, I
They
get it.
do not give you
I
a great ending,
no,
unfortunately.
I agree with no. I said when like her husband and wife got back together, they're reconciled. He sees her now, so we're just saying,
Hmm.
and I'm about to go see Mary J. Blige. I have no doubt that they're going to be together for the next 30 years. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like the logistics of like what does that mean? Again, it's just like I thought Tish had no, she only had 2 kids. Like again, I don't know why the son was even necessary because that never comes back. Like him going to college and that thing, like it easily just could have been I'm about to be
Well,
a
I mean, he did
grandmother.
call her when she was in front of Peter, remember? And he wanted some money or whatever. But I mean, it was just to show that one is in college, one is older and married. Like her kids are grown, they don't really need her anymore. And like a lot of couples, they do go through this. It's like empty nest syndrome,
Yeah,
where what
yeah.
do we do with ourselves now? And she even said we're supposed to be retired and traveling now, but he's like, you want me to retire, and we just sent our youngest child to college, which made perfect sense to me, because I'm like, you can't have it both ways, sweetheart. Like, he's going to college, we have to help him pay.
Yeah,
Well, they chose to help him pay for it.
yes.
They
No,
choosing it. So you
thank
can't
you,
be like, we need to retire now. That's crazy.
thank you. And then I'm like, so is your art deal again? Is your art dealership paying for our son's college? But like again,
It's
character
yeah.
wise, the son didn't mean anything. Like ultimately, he didn't mean that much. I mean, like a grandchild shows I got a kid, right? You know what I'm saying? So I felt like the daughter was far more developed. Again, son never comes to see his new niece in or anything. I was like they could have. The whole family comes to her art showing. That's what like come inside, see the art, see her art written by Peter, all her pictures and stuff. You bring the family, you bring the son. Mom is living her life now. Like kids, like it's her time, and I'm here, right? Like they get like you said, they could have wrapped it up better. Well, thank you for thinking about me. I'm not gonna watch that movie. But my friend said that she liked it because the message of don't let them erase our history. But I have no doubt that the N word was used quite often in that movie. But thank you so much for thinking about me and my particular issues. Three, why did she use the rose method? Hey, it happened in New Orleans. It happened in the family business New Orleans. That's a good point. Which again never comes up in conversation. Anyway, it's a decent movie. It's a decent movie. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. Like I said, Tisha Campbell did a great job. And it was a great cast. It was fine. It was good. It was good. Better than the other rom coms or similar movies we've watched at this level by far. So I look forward to throwing out the plane and survived. um, the new one with Eva Marcel and Diamond. They're together again in a true life story.
Oh,
Like
okay. Yeah, I didn't
oh,
know
you
about
see
that.
out? Yeah, she gets pushed out of a plane, like to go skydiving or some shit. And anyway, first love scene. Really, it's her first love scene. I was like, she was working through it. Anyway, it could be happy too. No more drama. Look at you, Demarcus. Look at you. Anyway, guys, any final words, Kim, before we move on to the beauty?
No, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really it was a fun movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
it was a very entertaining, and the acting was really nice, and the songs were really nice. They all fit in. The atmosphere was very aesthetic. Yeah, I had fun with it. I mean, I did really enjoy it. So yeah, I recommend it.
Did you watch Double Trouble? No, I did not watch Double.
Oh, I did see that though. I think is that on Tubi?
No,
Wait,
it's Lifetime. It's a Lifetime movie.
Is it? I haven't. I did see like the promo for that. Was it good?
Well, somebody's like, it's like twin. Like I think it was Marcus was like, oh, Jamani. I think one of them was like, hey, David. It was Jamani. Jamani said, look, they got twin for Tubi. Is how he put it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she's playing. It's one actor playing twins.
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm saying. But I was like, I don't know. I mean, if it's good, put it in the comments. You think we should put it on the list? Put it in the comments. It's a decent watch. So we'll see that. Anyway, we gotta get to Beauty and catch up with Jamani. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. We got 2 more reviews. We got the Beauty. We got Cross season 2. The investigation continues. And we'll get to all that kind of stuff. So we'll see you soon in about 2 minutes. I will say thank you guys very much for hanging out with us. I see people watching, people in the chat.
I enjoy the view very much. I don't know what the fuck I was watching.
Rewatch this when we're done. Rewatch this. You'll see what we're talking about. You're gonna be like, oh shit.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
You want to go ahead.
Oh shit.
Stacey, do your thing. Fuck that shit.
But anyway, please like and share and comment on the video and all that kinds of stuff. As they say, we're just gonna end this broadcast and say bye.